Welcome back. We are MDEV1004, that's Mobile APIs and Frameworks, in the summer 2024 semester here at Georgian. And it's week 10 already, part one of our broadcast and recording. And in this part, I want to talk about a couple of things. One of them is assignment 3. That is due this week. That's this Sunday at midnight. That's the first part of a two-part assignment about your API and user interfaces. So that is kind of coming up this Sunday. Now, just from a housekeeping perspective, for the most part, what you have to worry about is that ICE 9, which is the new one that I'm going to release today, and assignment 3 are both due this weekend. All right, so it's a bigger week because it's like 11.5% of your final grade this weekend, and that's what happens every couple of times. It goes like this. There's another one coming up, which is week 13, which is also ICE 12 and assignment 4, right? So that's what's happening this week. And again, it's the stuff that we talked about last time with assignment 3, so please make sure you get it done on time. Late assignments, if you hand it in on Monday at 12:01 a.m., it's going to be minus 20%. It's crazy, right? So I don't know, try to make it on time for the most part. If I only accept it, up to 3 days. So after the first day, it's 20. Second day is minus 40, and the third day is minus 60. And after the third day, I won't accept it. So please make sure you submit it. Most of you guys are doing very well. Very, very happy with you guys in general, like the entire class. I think for the most part is doing very well in this course. So keep doing what you guys are doing. I'm really happy with you guys, all of you for the most part. I mean, you're doing really great. So keep doing it. I know some of these are getting harder. I know I've had some emails saying in-class exercises are getting harder and longer. Yep. But we talked about this at the beginning. The beginning are, we kind of ramp up a little bit, and now it's getting a little harder, and there's more involved. Now we're doing user interfaces, which are always longer, to get done. And that's why I ran overtime last week, and I'm probably going to be right to the end this week because of how things are going. So let's get to it. Don't have a lot of time, but that's really what it is. I want to talk about assignment 4 really briefly. So assignment 4, it builds on assignment 3, and it builds on assignment 2 and assignment 1. It's using the exact same stuff. It's like a big project that you guys are doing, worth pretty much 30% of your grade, right? 7.5% of the time, every single time you do it, right? So this is the fourth one. And here, now you're finally adding in security with your full credit API. So I'm giving you most of the things you need today to get it done. There are some nuances, some things that I will not cover, in the in-class exercise because we just don't have time, but you should be able to do by yourself. So again, the part that you're getting paid for that you've already mostly done is all this, which is your full CRUD Express API with JW2 security is enabled. All right, so that's all the stuff you've got. You've got like MongoDB database with your movies, all that stuff. You're getting paid for yet again. Okay, so that's something that's happening, and that's worth 30 marks just to make sure that your previous projects, assignment 1, 2, and 3, are working properly. Some people have lost marks on their links to your for your movies, for your posters, and I said you need the poster link. Some people are giving me fake poster links. You can't give me fake poster links, guys, because you need them for this one, and let me show you why. This is why I've been trying to get you guys to do it, right? So your movie list screen is something that you've already done, and you're getting 10 marks for that. And so you're not getting a lot, but because you already have this from assignment 3, which is basically a list of your movies and all that stuff that you have in some kind of view. And again, by the way, for this one, you can choose whichever platform you want, iOS or Android, whichever one is more comfortable for you. And then part 3, right, is your edit screen, add edit screen. Again, you should have done this by assignment 3. So this is something that I'm just giving you marks on because it needs to be done for the most part, and so on. So all this stuff here, there's a couple of additions. Like for example, here in your movie list screen, you have an additional button, which is your logout, which navigates back to the login screen. Okay, so there's going to be authentication elements that you have to add in, but for the most part, you've got most of this already, right? And then now there's new screens. So the register screen and the login screen are going to be added, and then the login screen, you should start with your login screen. It should be the entry point for your application now. Okay, so this is going to be where the security happens. If you don't log in, then you can't see your movie list, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of something that is happening. Internal documentation. A lot of people lose marks on this because they don't do it properly. Please make sure that you put in some comments about who you are and so on. That's important. And mandatory, kind of submission requirements are, like always, version control, cloud hosting, and video presentation. And I'm including cloud hosting here like I did last time because some people are not testing everything online. You can't do this. You cannot do this application without properly doing it online. I mean, I kind of troubleshooted everything last week and I showed you how to do that with a local host. But for the most part, everything should be done with you online. And that's why this has to be kind of up to date and everything else. That's kind of the piece that you need. All right, so these three pieces are required. You can see here that what I'm looking for, which is a zip archive of your website's project files, a link to your private GitHub repository with me as a collaborator. I should say added, right? And a link to your Express API hosted with a cloud provider. I'm saying render. And then a link to your video presentation on YouTube. Again, the mark breakdown is here, and there will be a rubric on this one, just like there will be the one for assignment 3. So lots of stuff to do, and again, very little time. You could use some external code for this stuff if you're really shy on code. If I haven't given you enough, I think I've given you more than enough to get, I would say, 90% of your assignment done. And after today, you'll have most of it that you need to get done for this one, for either iOS or Android. Okay, so that's something that is there. But if you need to use external code, it's okay as long as it's not more than 10% of your code, and you get permission from me. So if there's something you want to do, something that you want to create that's a little bit different, or if you thought about a functionality that you want to add and you don't know how to do it, please do this. Please, kind of only stick with 10%. Send me an email or, send me a Discord question or whatever. I will either approve or not. And if I do, you're good. For the most part, if it's reasonable what you're asking for, I approve it. I don't have a problem with you using internet sources for this course. But if you're unreasonable and if it's more than 10%, like it's largely not your stuff or my stuff, because I've given you some stuff. You can use my stuff, you can use your stuff, okay? But if it's something weird and it encompasses a lot, then I don't know, I don't know that, how you would need more than that. All right, so that's what I'm saying. So that is assignment 4. I know I have Yashkumar online. Yashkumar, are you okay with this? Are you clear on what I'm looking for here? Basically, you're adding in authentication elements back in and a login and register screen.
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay, excellent. So that's assignment 4. I'm going to stop recording this video so that we separate assignment 4 from everything else.